here tonight for the coverage of our Hennessy Performance League Truck Series. Up in the booth tonight, it is always the Fighting Now, aka Jake, finally back inside the truck booth. It's been quite some time, but it's going to be a very exciting one. And tonight is going to be a very different broadcast because for the first time in quite some time, we are going to be doing radio broadcast style. In case you guys don't know what that means, if you guys watch NBC's coverage of their coverage at Watkins Glen, you know exactly how that goes. So we're finally getting a chance to do that here tonight. But I'm not alone on this one here, folks, because tonight I have two very special guests, two both Xfinity and Cup Series drivers. So let's go ahead and bring them to you guys. First up, this individual who is I call the Jamal Williams of this league because he's not afraid to show his express of love for Naruto. Please help me welcome Xfinity Series driver Mr. Electric Days. Electric, welcome to the booth, man.
What's up, yo?
And of course, can't forget about this guy who has done so much for this league, especially for what he's done for Roush. And I'm talking about Cup Series driver Mr. Big Jim. Jim, welcome to the booth.
Thank you very much. Happy to be back.
Happy to be back too, and of course, in case you guys don't know, pretty much we was going to be able to get a chance to get back into it because we pretty much took our time, and since now we took a break because of the duels last week, which I'm glad to say race is back. I don't know about y'all, but tonight we finally get a chance to get back out into the racetrack, and this time we're going road course racing. We are going to be at Canadian Tire. So let me tell you what all you guys have been missing out. So there is one driver that will not be competing here tonight because he's suspended. That would be Kush Knight. But of course, tonight is also going to be a very exciting night because we have a very different type of road course. So Jim, let me ask you this. What is something special about Canadian Tire compared to all of the other road courses we've raced on?
Yeah, Canadian Tire, it's a very technical racetrack. We saw the Xfinity Series last week, 2 weeks ago. They went to Road America. That one's long. It's got very long straightaways. This one, not so much. It's a little bit of like a short track feel. It has one big straightaway. Technically has a front straightaway. But that big straightaway, you're going to see guys getting nice runs on each other and making passes in I think it's turn 7 up there. So Canadian Tire, very interesting racetrack, and it's going to be very fun to watch for everybody watching.
Exactly, and of course, real quick though, Electric, you're currently being called out by Joker. I don't know if you saw that down there in the chat, but nevertheless, though, is that when it comes to Canadian Tire, it's going to be something very special, very unique. So yeah, in case you guys are wondering, so how are they going to be doing radio broadcast style at a track like Canadian Tire? So thankfully, Mr. Big Jim decided to share as far as what each of us going to be doing. So myself, I'll be calling turns 1 and 2 and halfway to 3. And of course, next will be Electric Days, who will be calling 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 and hands it off to 1/3 of the way down to the Andretti straightaway. Then Jim will be calling the second third of the Andretti straightaway. And not only that, also turns 8, 9, and 10. So, of course, let's go ahead and get to our standings at the moment because it has been a week, so it's hard to tell what happened 2 weeks ago back in Phoenix. But right now, as we're seeing it right now, ladies and gentlemen, Shake and Bake is currently in the lead, followed by Jackson Altman, who will not be racing here tonight due to suspension as well. Logan Aim will also be competing in third, Elite Martyr in fourth, Blakey T in fifth. Movement 6, Moose 7th, Secure the Perks in 8th, Sikkim in 9th, and last but certainly not least, 10th. But it's something I do want to point out here, and I think Electric can help me out with this one, is that we have more than just the Truck Series drivers competing here tonight. Electric, can you tell us who we'll be seeing out there tonight?
Also in race attendance, we will have another driver up into coming down into trucks, and that will be the one and only Speed Racer.
And that's going to be a very interesting time because we all had this prediction, like, can quote unquote a Canadian finish in the top 5 here at Canadian Tire? Electric, you know these guys very well between Marner, Moose, and Speed. Do you think that these guys have a chance to be able to either pull off a win or to get a chance to finish in the top 5?
Yes, I'm for sure Speed know how to race this track plenty of times. Him and Moose, I feel like they have a clear chance of finishing inside the top 5 as long as they drive clean and have a great truck along on their hands, and that's really it.
I definitely do agree. And of course, we got to talk about this though. Is that when it comes to the truck series, the competition's getting very tense. So, as far as any of us, Jim, I'm gonna ask you this: is there any driver that you see in the field tonight that you feel like needs to prove himself?
That needs to prove themselves.
Yep.
Honestly, I think I need to see a little more out of Daltor. He's had some quiet runs early on, but he made the championship 4 in season 2, and I just haven't really seen much from him since. I think this might be a chance for him. He's very good at the road courses. I think he'll be able to punch through and get himself the finish he deserves. But as of now, I think he has a little bit to prove. And also, not really to prove, but Sikkim, he's got to back up what he did at Xfinity Series, right? He finished second to the eventual race winner, Kenny, in Road America. He has a big chance to win here tonight.
I definitely do agree for sure, and I'm very excited to see what happens. As far as my opinion, as far as those who pretty much needs to prove themselves, I think the one driver that this one needs to is I'm gonna have to say, oh man, I say Captain Dead Dad. We've not been seeing much performance out of him, and I know he's been busy doing the admin duties, but that doesn't change the fact that he needs to be able to have himself a really good solid run here tonight. Electric, we talked about how this field is going to be shaping up, especially when it comes to not only we're seeing both the trucks and Xfinity, but yet is there anybody in particular that you're keeping yourself an eye on tonight?
Well, of course, there's plenty of drivers in that truck series that can drive up to the front and possibly be able to win the race, but it's all up to how much practice and how much participation they came into the race. So, um, for the driver I'm looking at right now, I think it would be Dank because Dank said he did do a lot of practice today, and to watch out for him here at this track. So I guess I will watch out for him today.
And speaking of Dank, I hope that he's all prepared and calm, cool, and collect, especially after what happened at the free agent race this past Monday. Yeah, which
Mm.
yeah. So, but anyways, which I mean, shout out to Dank by the way. So pretty much, we're excited. I mean, we're finally back. I mean, not only that, but we also got some Cup Series and Xfinity racing action tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in for that. So wait, and by the way, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe because you guys do not want to miss out on all things Hennessy Performance League. Because I know here soon the F1 series get ready to make its finally return because I've been hearing about this. And of course, more action to come for our Truck Series Cup and Xfinity. As far as our race winners tonight, there's so many great options as far as who we need to keep an eye on. But we gotta ask, as far as who's our race winner. Jim, do you see anybody that might have a shot of winning here tonight?
Not in particular someone who's going to win, but I'm going to guess it's going to be someone coming out of that GMS camp. They have been on a tear lately, and they kind of own Canadian Tire, if I'm not mistaken. They're really good here. So either Shake and Bake, Sikkim, any of those guys, you just pick any of them. But I'll go ahead and just pick Sikkim to win it.
Very, very bold choice. Very bold choice. And of course, he'll type in the comments. What do you mean very bold? But anyways, uh, we know how Sikkim is, but Electric, you see these drivers, you see a lot in this potential from this field. Is there anybody that you see have a shot at winning here tonight?
Yeah, just like what Shake said, he had great information on GMS and knowing that they are one of the best here at this track. But I think today, same thing. GMS can dominate, especially with Speed now being down here for his hot seat race at Canadian Tire. I know he knows his track pretty well, so I'm gonna vote the hot seat.
That should be a very exciting one to say the least. And of course, we're getting ready to go racing here this time by, but I really feel like that we should be expecting something exciting, but really truly, I think that we're getting ready to see something very chaotic. because when it comes to Canadian Tire, and of course, not to mention when it comes to pretty much how do I explain this? When it comes to road courses, there's not going to be much cautions. We saw that happening a couple weeks ago at Road America. Anything and everything could shape up here tonight. Guys, I'm gonna start off with Jim. Jim, do you have any final thoughts for these drivers before we head out to the field?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Ghost Killer back in the truck series. This is his best series. Watch out for him tonight.
I'm very excited for this one. As far as like my race winner, I'm gonna have to go with Shane
We can join, by the way.
Alrighty, and thank you for that. And let's get ready to kick things going here at Canadian Tire. Once again, this will be all broadcast or style broadcast. I'm stuttering like crazy, but let's get ready for the Silverado 250. I know Jim's not going to be appreciative for that.
Ah, no, I'm over it. 50% tonight. 50%, I think 3 times where? I could not tell you on that one. But it is 50%, no longer the grueling 100%er.
Alrighty. Well, hey, it's gonna be first time ever for me to get a chance to do a calling here at this track. But it looks like already Shake and Bake is leading things off. He's leading things on the way. I think Electric, they're getting ready to come to you here.
Jake, you can take. I mean, not Jake. Jim, you can take over second.
Yes, right there, 3 wide, now down to 2 wide. The 20 on the outside of Shake and Bake. They are beating and banging. Here comes Sikkim on the right side. He's going to take the lead from both of them. Going downhill out here into Moss Corner. Shake and Bake a little bit in the grass there.
Loading.
They're going to keep it clean for now. GMS already claiming the top 3 spots. Speed Racer up to 3rd as they single file here onto the back straightaway and Mario straightaway.
Take it a little bit. Just take a little bit, Jake. I mean, not Jake, Jim. I'm sorry. I'm child loading.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Jesus,
it is still GMS holding serve right here as we head over to Jake for the end of lap 1.
And it looks like Electric's crackhead still not loading in. So yeah, right now it's still Sikkim right now. Shake and Bake does take the lead, or Shake and Bake still in second. Meanwhile, Speed in third. So if you are HMS, I mean, you gotta be really impressed with what you're seeing from the drivers, especially with what we're seeing from the top 3.
You got it, Electric?
Go ahead, Jim, because I take third. I take last.
Top 5 all in line here trying to single file it out. You can see it's pretty much single file throughout the entire pack. Logan Aim holding serve there in 4th. And he is getting a little bit sideways, able to save it. All of these guys battling for position as the battle for the lead tightens up a little bit on the exit of Moss Corner. They're able to keep it clean. A little run here from Logan Aim. He's going to peek to the inside. Nope, never mind. Thinks better of it. Speed Racer doing a little bit of blocking. Trying to look back through the field, see if there's any battles going on, but it really does look like we're single file.
Sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, we do have a truck spinning around. That is the 40 of Fluffy Sacks.
Okay. Go ahead, Jake is about to be going right back over to you.
Yes,
yeah,
it looks like...
I take second.
Oh, Sikkim! Oh, and something happened to Sikkim. I don't know what went down, but he was in the lead, but now he's got a lot of damage. So that's tough break for Sikkim. But now that's going to mean that who is that in the blue and white truck? That's not Daltor. Okay, I got to get better at where everybody's at the moment. But let's go ahead and take it on over back to I think Jim.
Yes, it's over to me. We're still trying to figure this out, folks. But Speed Racer.
I got last.
Yeah, Speed Racer was able to take over the second position out of Sikkim's misfortunes. He's looking to chase down the 2 of Shake and Bake. And looking right here, GTR LL The Sauce has found his way up to 5th, right behind the 15 of... I'm trying to figure out who that is.
I believe.
Yeah, Nate. Nate up to P4.
Yeah, I mean... Already looking and seeing these drivers, they look pretty good right now. GTR is looking like a solid driver. he's already a solid driver in the 1.5 track. So him doing good here is really nice. It seems like he is a really good and consistent driver with GMS all top 3 leading out the pack.
And speaking of the GMS right now, Shake and Bake does take advantage of being in the lead after Sickham's mishaps. But yet we're going to need to keep an eye on Speed Racer, who was struggling on earlier in practice. It seems that he's finally found himself the right truck, the right motivation, but he's battling out with Logan Aim. Logan Aim goes to the outside of Speed Racer. This is the battle for second between the 20 and the 28. And this is getting really dicey here, Jim.
Logan put all the pressure he can on Speed Racer. Speed's going to get the nice drive off, going to be able to clear for the time being, but the pressure is there. What if I told you that fuel was an issue right now? Shake and Bake right now is only with 2 laps of fuel, 1 lap of fuel left. I don't know if they went 4 times wear on this thing, but he is already going to be looking for a pit stop probably this time by.
Yeah, there he goes, because Speed's right behind him. We don't know if any of them can make it on fuel right now. If Shake is in trouble, that might mean Speed is in trouble too, because I'm for sure Shake can possibly be a better saver than him, but overall, these drivers are still going to keep their positions. They might be able to make it out the whole stage though.
And it looks like there's going to be a couple of drivers coming into pit road. I'm seeing, I think the 87 and the 38 of Glizzy wagon. There's a couple of these drivers that cannot save. So that's why they're coming in this time by. But yet, meanwhile, keeping out in the battle between the 13, I think, and the 15 of Nate the Beast. Things are getting a little bit dicey here. But, and also, look at Mr. 17 himself, a Moose. He's sneaking his way inside the top 5 as well.
Power move right there by the 13 of GTR LL the Sauce, able to get around Nate the Best, and the 17 of Eric's Moose. Like you said, Jake, he is right in tow there to take the 4th position. Oh my goodness, Sauce overshooting the corner just a little bit, gonna allow Nate back to his inside. It is chaotic back here from 4th on back here in the middle of stage number 1. We're gonna hand it back over to you, Electric.
Yeah, with these cars battling, I mean not these cars, but these trucks battling, they're giving the 20, the 26, and the 2 the chance to pull away. The 17 pulling up, I'm for sure. Moose is driving pretty good today, as you see the 2 and all of them coming into the pits. Nobody is going to stay out in the top 5. They're all going to go to pit now.
Yeah,
and top 7.
And I think, since it is my official time to get back into it, I do want to keep an eye on Shake and Bake, because he did have himself a really good stop going into the pits here, which, I mean, the pits are different here at Canadian Tire, different than most road courses. I think it's probably have to be very careful, but we're going to have to keep an eye on these drivers. We're going to try to stall a little bit of time, but let's see who gets out of pit road first, I believe. And I'm hearing crunching in the background. But as far as who's coming out of pit road this time by, it is all Shake and Bake. And he is going to remain the leader. And, of course, GTR LL, he's going to be coming out second. I think Nate the Best, in third. And I think right behind him is his teammate of Eric's Moose.
Nice, comfortable lead for Shake and Bake coming out of pit road. Going to have to give a bonus to those guys down there. They got him a really good stop here early in stage 1, and he is going to be able to cruise away if he doesn't make any mistakes. A little update on fuel situation. He is right on his dot. He is right on 5 laps. There's 5 laps to go. So Shake and Bake is going to be good on fuel. The question is, are those other guys that pitted a little bit earlier, the RFK guys and the other guys, are they good on fuel?
Yeah, I mean, with everybody, I seen Glizzy wagons in them pit right before him, at least a lap before him, so they might have to save at least like half a lap or so, just so they can be able to not lose any positions. As you can see, Shake is now pulled away from everybody in the pack. So if he needed to save any fuel, he possibly can.
And meanwhile, I'm keeping an eye on as far as the rest of the field. While everybody is while Shake's slowly pulling away from the field, I'm keeping an eye on Speed Racer with his battle with the 97 and I gotta get better at doing this, of, well, pretty much, that's a terrorist, which we haven't seen terrorists in quite some time. But I know that something happened in Speed's pit stop to where things could have happened, but he's got a long ways to go if he wants to be able to catch up to the front.
Yeah, just looking through the field here, there is very good battle going on in turn 2, and everything else seems to be pretty much single file and not crazy. But Secure the Perps sending it on the inside of Logan Aim. We haven't really heard of Secure the Perps yet, but he's made his way up through the pack. He's up in the, looks like the top 7, maybe top 10. I can't really tell. Thank you for the leaderboard, 704 games. But Secure the Perks on his way up to the front. He's going to get a nice shot, and they are 3 wide. Oh, this is not good.
Yeah, them almost going 3 wide really caused a lot right there. Gladly he keeps the position in check and be able to drive away. Looking at a small NASCAR fan, also another driver that's getting up there as he passes Glizzy Wagons.
And of course, right now, Glizzy Watkins we've not really got a chance to talk about him much, especially from the RFK crew. But look at the movement with the 4 going 3 wide, now back to 2 wide. That was a little bit crazy on the first half. But now he's battling with small NASCAR fans. This is a really, really good battle as they're coming to your way slowly there, Jim.
Yeah, that was a clean move from Movement. Just sent it up the inside, had no fear going into turn 1. Glizzy smartly backs out of it, doesn't want to sacrifice any track position here or any damage. He backed out of it. But right now it's still Shake and Bake with that commanding lead. It looks like it's getting larger to me, Electric. I don't know about you, but I think that too is slowly pulling away here in stage 1.
Well, yeah, he is pulling away, one of the best in here for road courses. Been able to pull away from everybody else for some time now. Now, like I said earlier, if he needs to save some fuel, he definitely can. GTR's behind him by a lot, so he's actually in the clear right now, and it looks like GTR could possibly secure that second place spot. Don't know what happened to Speed.
Something happened to Speed. Something happened with his pit stop, and then ever since then, he has been struggling so much. It's like, we don't really expect this from Speed Racer, especially at his, hometown track of Canadian Tire. But he's got a long ways to go, and he's gonna have to have his work cut out for him.
A lot of race left. That's really the story right now. This is just stage 1, but if stage 1 is any indication, Shake and Bake has a piece to win it. He is 4 seconds up on Sauce, and oh my goodness, there's a nice little gaggle back here in turn 3. The 99, the 20, the 26, and the 16. They are all on top of each other here heading downhill.
Yeah. Wow, man, I did see a lot of being a bang between that 26 and that 99, but
big send from Terrace.
Whoa, that is a lot right there. The 40 is going to hit that grass. 26 speed is going through it right now. I'm going to scroll right back up to GTR as Nate the Best going to finesse to the outside. Then going to finesse to the inside and make a move right there for second place. Great move right there from Nate the Best.
I think I'm going to keep this on here, and I don't know if that is the end of the stage here with now finally a crazy time for us to end here at stage number 1 with Shake and Bake winning stage 1, followed by Nate the Best.
1 out of fuel.
Oh, he's
that's
out.
A 4.
Out of fuel already? Wow. I guess that strategy they made did not help out. So, but back to what I was saying, Shake and Bake in first, Nate in second, GTR in third, and I think Moose in fourth. So Moose is definitely doing himself a good job, especially with where he's wanting to be at the moment. What did you guys see in the stage?
Just pretty solid racing. I mean, it's the truck series. These things are meant to beat and bang. We saw plenty of that throughout the stage, but in some ways it's unavoidable. It's this physics package that heat gives you is not very kind in terms of getting your truck angled. So I don't really blame the drivers for the contact made.
Very well said, but looks like we got the field line back up as it's Shake and Bake will lead us back to the green with GTR in second. Looks like Nate is going to be in third and Moose in fourth. We're backing away here at Canadian Tire as Shake has got himself a really good lead, but now he's got GTR. GTR is trying to be able to battle things out. And look at Moose. Moose is now getting third. He wants to get himself into this party as they're heading away to Jim.
Yep, they're heading my way right now. The 2 is able to clear the 13 and the 17. He's going to try cutting off that lane right there. Able to do it. Eric Smoose trying to power on the outside of his teammate of Nate the Best. They are 3 wide almost back there for 5th. They're going to sell that back down to 2 wide. At least I think. No, they are not. They're still 3 wide. Now they're back down to 2 wide. It is an absolute hornet's nest from anywhere second on back.
Chicka chicka bang bang. Here we go as we see the 17 right now in third place, the 13 of GTR with right behind him a pack of, we ain't gonna say, but a pack of trucks right behind him as the that the 87 sent them. No, that is the 70 the 67 that sent them. As now they're starting to get single file now. Shake still out to a lead with Nate the Best in second.
Oh, the 97 goes around. The 97 goes around. Oh, the 99 goes around. Oh my gosh, a lot of these trucks are going around. That has to be a manual. Oh,
caution.
Porchy, that's a caution from a mile away. Porchy's got a lot of damage. If that doesn't call for a manual caution, I don't know what is. But I mean, Shake's still in the lead, but will we get a manual? I don't think so, but we'll have to see from our race control. Oh, Jim, you gotta take this away, buddy. Take this away.
Yeah, I don't know quite what I'm seeing. I see Shake and Bake and Nate. They have single filed out. It looks like the top 6 have single filed out, but after the pack, after mistakes in stage 1, he's 3 wide middle, pushing the 00.
I told him, here we go.
Oh boy, and he's going to slip through the back, and he is going to follow the back of this pack onto you, Electric.
I told all my black people to watch this race. Here we go. We got Sikkim right now. Behind these trucks, we've been trying to see a lot from Sikkim as he oversends the turn. Sad day right there. But as he see the herd of zombies in front of him, what can he possibly do as he moves to the outside, makes a move, gets knocked out of the way almost into the grass. Back to you, Jay. Oh my God!
It's gonna be hard. I'm sorry, but
it's gonna be a manual here, gentlemen.
It's gonna be a manual here. That after what happened, I think we can go ahead and learn something from Sikkim. Is that don't be afraid to use your bumper because that was caught on air.
That was very unfortunate for Terrell the Phantom.
What?
Oh, he is.
Oh Lord! Oh. Yeah.
So like the 23 getting a little rowdy right now. Not no rowdy energy.
No, not no rowdy. Not no rowdy Bush, but oh my gosh, yeah. The 00 is not going to be really too happy with what Sikkim just made. As we're now under caution for the first time here tonight, besides the stage cautions. That was just very wild, and I've seen a lot of moves, especially a lot of aggressive moves, but what Sikkim did right there just pretty much goes so that if you're in my way, I'm going to use your bumper.
See, I just don't think he meant to. It looked awful from our angle. I'm sitting down here by the Wagner sign, and I saw that. I saw the 00 eat it right there at that wall, but I don't think it was intentional. I think Sikkim was he had a different line, and it did not benefit the 00 in the slightest. The 00 just got shunted right off into the turn 6 wall. Thankfully, damage in this game doesn't hurt you too bad. You come down, fix it, and you got a brand new race truck. So, Terrell's probably gonna keep that in the back of his mind, but that was definitely not an intentional dump.
I mean, really, truly, I mean, from Terrell's point of view, he's going to think that that Sikkim did that on purpose. So you best believe that Terrell's not going to be very too kind towards Sikkim, not one bit. But I think are we going to be seeing these guys coming down? Yes, they will, because we're seeing shake and bake. Are anybody's going to stay out? No, that would not be the best thing to do. But we're under caution for the first time tonight because a lot of wrecking, a lot of chaos is already happening, especially after what we saw between the 00 and the 23. But this is like a really great racetrack to be able to have these types of races where we're going to be seeing a lot of aggressive moves being played into this race. Electric, I know you saw that move, and I know you're seeing a lot, but do you think these drivers need to take all their patience and just kind of just throw it out the window, or do you think hey, screw patience, I'm gonna do whatever I want?
Well, I mean, there's the patience grows shorter and shorter as the race goes on, but if the people that have the most patience will be able to get up to the front and show their potential at these road courses, these people they really need to know how to stay patient during these times, especially when you're getting bumped around a lot. I can understand that you're going to get mad, of course, it's a part of everybody, but you have to stay focused on the race. Look at where you're at, look at where your tires at, your fuel situation, and then figure out how can you get right back up to the front. That's what I feel like that should be the key into your race. For every race, everybody should go in with a strategy. I feel like Sikkim and them went in with a strategy, but the drivers around him are affecting it so much to where he can't really use what he wants to use at his disposal, and that's what caused him to bump into the 3 late at the end to show his frustration. Also, the 98 hit him, so I don't know what happened with that, but I did see that he hit the 3 at the end of the caution, causing him to get a lot of damage to fall to the back, which is pretty detrimental to 2 seconds truck, as he had to fall back to the back.
Well, real quick though, if there's one person I definitely gotta send a shout out to, this is the man who pretty much won a race on National Canada Day and pretty much was celebrating after the race. I'm talking about Canada's own Nobes. So Nobes, shout out to you. Thank you for watching this race, man. I know that you posted the highlights of it and down there in the chat. So shout out to good old Nobes. So I think we're getting ready to get things back on our way.
Nobes.
Oh yeah, hey, gotta show some love to Nobes, but looks like we got the field back together, and we're about to get ready to go green. Shake and Bake's gonna be the control car, as we are now gonna be underway for our official restart here at Canadian Tire. Good restart from Shake, as he is in the lead of in the 38 of Glizzy Wagon, and looks like you see a lot of RFK cars there, Jim.
3 wide once again. It's an RFK sandwich right there, and they are going to take the top 2 spots. And now they're going to make contact with each other. The 38 of Glizzy moves his teammate off the racetrack. And now here comes the 87, another RFK teammate. That is Bean. He's finally made his way up to the front. Here comes the hard braking of Moss Corner. Is anyone going to run anybody over? Oh, yeah, plenty of it. But they're going to keep it green. Nobody ends up wrecking. Good job by everybody to keep it straight. RFK right now, 1, 2, 3, it looks like. I don't know who's the leader.
That is Glizzy Wagon.
Well, yep, Glizzy Wagons is that leader, as now they're coming into these last turns. There you go. Shake getting sent up to the inside by Moose. Moose with a move. My boy, my Canadian boy. There he goes. Is Shake gonna let him pass now? Oh, second place right there. Here comes Nate the Best trying to do a little switcheroo move. Won't succeed next time around, hopefully.
And right now, Glizzy Wagons is in the lead at the moment. And of course, we're gonna have to keep an eye on, of course, Canada's own Moose, and we've been seeing a lot from him. He's currently inside the top 5. He's got himself a really good chuck, but the only problem is he's got to be able to catch up to the front with his teammates. And with Glizzy Wagons, he seems to be holding up a really good lead here.
A lot of good racing back in the pack, but the question is, it looks like GMS is dropping off. The 8 is off in the grass. He's going to come back onto the racetrack, into Ty Racing, into Logan, into Captain Dead Dad. Wreck up here in turns number 3, and they are not going to have a caution for this one. It was a one-truck incident, unfortunate for Captain Dead Dad. But the strategy play a factor here. We saw the GMS trucks falling to the back. They're not good on fuel. The RFK trucks, they're definitely not good on fuel either. What's going to play out here?
Well, I mean, just to tell between two teams, one team want to lead a lot of laps. One team want to make sure they can even make it to the stage. I did see Speed back there. Well, Speed right behind Moose right now, still pushing. But Shake is the one that is saving. There goes Speed onto the inside. Here comes Shake. Both making big moves.
Yeah, definitely, they definitely are. Of course, I'm getting to Shake right now. Of course, Shake is battling with his teammate and Dank Emotions, I believe that's his new name now. And you know, you gotta give credit where credit's due. Dank's trying to be able to prove to himself. You know, that's the reason why he's in the trucks at the moment. And of course, you know, we're seeing a battle between the 20 of Logan and the O2. I think a small NASCAR fan. They seem to be having a really good battle. I don't know what position, but it seems like we're seeing a lot of different battles all over this course.
These guys are battling each other, but they're also battling their own fuel tanks right now. Do they have enough to make it? We've already seen a bunch of guys fall back. They're in deep conserve mode, throwing it into 4th gear and keeping it in 4th gear the entire time. If you have a clutch, now is the time to use it. Everybody else, you kind of just got to push for all it's worth. The 99 in the fence here, Moss Corner. He's going to be able to keep it straight. He gets actually a gigantic run out of doing that, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at Shake and Moose right now, battling or trying to pass Moose right now, and drives up to him, then get up to him. As much as I thought coming through the last turn, they're going to keep the same distance as they was the whole time.
And of course, you know, between these two, you know, both Moose and Shake and Bake, you know, I think we can really say is that whenever you expect the best driving, the best competition, these two are exactly who they are, because these two are having some great battles. But of course, Moose is ahead of Shake, but how long can Shake be able to stay right behind him, especially when they're trying to be able to save as much fuel as they possibly can?
Nice teammate gesture right there on the front stretch between the two JGR trucks. Jason Cole getting out of the way for Captain Dead Dad, even after Captain Dead Dad got in a wreck. He's fast, he's got speed, and he is going to try to get back up through the field after that wreck. Glizzy Wagon still leading this thing. If you go on board with him, definitely can tell that he is saving just a little bit.
Yeah, and Glizzy Wagons has been able to pull away a lot from his teammate Nate the Best, and also they're pulling away from the second truck behind them. It's been a great race overall. As now Nate the Best caught up to him on that last turn, coming around to the start finish line where Jake is at.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you talk about Nate the Best. I mean, he seems to be having himself a really, really good run. As we see, that one Portuguese dude coming out, he's going to be one lap down, so he needs to be able to stay above all of the other drivers, especially fighting for the lucky dog. But Glizzy Wagons is trying to be able to fight. But the thing is, though, is that why is Nate battling out with Glizzy, knowing full well they need to save? Jim, I'll let you answer on this one.
I have no answer for you, but this is the final lap of the stage. Glizzy in as hard conservation mode as you can find. He is way off the pace. I don't think he's going to make it, guys. He's already out of fuel. He is going to pull off to the side going down the hill. This is absolutely disastrous. Ty Racing also at the top of the hill, out of fuel. These guys are running out of fuel. The 18 of Jason Cole has died. He has hit the wall at breakneck speed, and we'll say some prayers for him. I think we're going to hand this off to you, Electric. Who's going to win this thing? Stage 2.
Right now, Nate. How many laps in it?
This is the last one.
Oh, Nate. Good job, buddy. Hopefully I don't jinx you, but Nate right now in the lead. got a good sizable lead. He got enough fuel to finish it off, and he tell everybody, "You ain't vote for me, but I don't care."
He ran
Oh
out.
my God!
Second stage winner,
I was say
Nate the best.
Nate the best, but yeah, look who came up in second after Movement lost fuel, and that is the 26 Speed Racer. Oh my God! Speed pretty much saved as much fuel as he possibly could and came up there flying. So good job on Speed's end.
GMS with a very, very good strategy there. Shake was smart enough. He recognized once the fuel looked like it was in danger, he dropped back immediately. He didn't waste any time. You want to drop back and lose your time when you're on fresh tires and in this gigantic pack. Don't want to do it when you're trying to go for lap time on those older tires. They knew exactly when to do it. Sikkim also in that same boat. Looks like Shake and Bake and Sikkim did not get back through the pack like Speed Racer did, though.
I don't know. I really don't know, but I think that we're seeing so much into this crazy chaotic race, and of course the 97 is going to be leading us back to green. I think that is Jackson Allman, ain't it? No, that's a Terrace, but it looks like it's going to be Speed. But yet we're underway here at Canadian Tire. Oh my gosh, Terrace! Oh my man, he got punted out of the way as we need to go ahead and get back to Speed Racer. Oh man, we're seeing a lot of crazy chaotic. Oh, Glizzy Wagons. Jim, you gotta call this one, man. This is crazy.
All of this chaos led by the man himself, the Canadian himself, on home turf, Speed Racer, trying to gap the field and stay away from whatever is happening behind him. They are 2 by 2 by 2, it looks like. Right now, the battle for second. Sikkim, where did he come from? Back up to P2 at the moment. 13 is going to try the crossover. It's not going to be successful. Moves Sikkim up to second.
Oh my God.
I don't know what happened back there. They are 4 wide. They are 4 wide between Glizzy Wagons, Tire Racing. That's a Terrorist. Has probably dropped a cylinder, it looks like, and a whole bunch of others. To you, Electric.
The O2 just died getting out of the Moss turn. We ain't going to speak on it. You know, we're going to keep pushing. I caught Sikkim up and asked him what's going on, and he said he got it and stayed straight. As there he go right now in second place. I'm liking what he's doing right now. Great job.
And of course, pretty much coming back up here, and yet, there's so much chaos that's happening. That's the reason why I'm going to like every different driver. But yet, like Electric said, though, Sikkim is currently up in second, and yet right now he desperately needs to get himself a win. He doesn't need no Xfinity driver to win, even though it is his home territory. Sikkim has been proven so much, especially at these road courses, as the reason why he deserves to be in the league in the first place. But yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due, especially for Sikkim there, Jim.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due. GMS, once again, finding their way out front here at Canadian Tire for like the 4th season in a row. Ever since we've been going to Canadian Tire, you've been seeing the 23, 24, 26, all of these trucks, the 21, they are always up front at Canadian Tire. As we go back through the rest of the field, battle for third is not going to be much of a battle at all. Sauce gives up P3 to Bean, another call down. He is looking to go chase down the GMS duo.
Yep, and there we go once again. Sikkim, what is he going to do possibly? I know it's going to be his pit stop somewhere around here. Should be mid or halfway. Sikkim, it's all up to him now, He's been known for not having a win in here, but hopefully he can pull it off here against Speed Racer, his teammate.
And right now, I think the big question is how long can Bean be able to get a chance to chase down both Sikkim and Speed Racer? I don't know, but of course, you also got to think about the 13 right now. He's currently watching this battle go on, and my gosh, this is getting really dicey at the moment. Not to mention, though, Shake and Bake's currently inside the top 5. He's trying to be able to chase up to his teammates.
I'm looking back here a little further back between the 8, the 20, and the 00. These guys are going at it. They were 3 wide entering turn 1 a little bit earlier. Able to get it settled for now, all single file. But yeah, this is shaping up. Everyone's starting to finally get single file. Now it's time to start running your good laps. This is where that practice pays off. And I know that GMS has done plenty of that. I know that so has Penske. So it's going to be interesting This is where it's make or break. This is where your lap times really matter.
Yup, is Nate the best also wrecked. He hit the wall right beside Moose. Moose he seemed like a curse right now, the way how everybody's wrecking around him. Also, I'm sure that is this. I forgot who's in third, but he is also coming up the second and second blocks.
That is Bean right there in the 87. I mean, of course, it's somebody who we have been seeing for quite some time. Bean is really an incredible driver. He knows what it takes to be able to win inside these trucks. But he is currently battling out with Sikkim, and if these two keep battling out, that means that Speed could be able to get a chance to pull away and get a chance to pretty much have himself a really great run and get himself a win. But that is not the case for these two drivers right behind him.
Battle for P2 is amazing. I love this. There's a little bit of contact, but it's not enough to shunt anyone off the racetrack. It's just crossover city. And right now it's going to be Bean that gets the best of it. He's up to P2. Little shallow entry. Now the 23 is going to get a shot right back at him. How about this? We were talking about Shake and Bake earlier, stage 1, kind of dominant. Here he's back. He's up to P4.
Yep, with these GMS trucks being dominant, they go being swerving. Like, he's a part of Need for Speed. He loses a little bit of time off that. Here comes Sikkim. Sikkim's calling him on his phone and telling him, get out my way. I'm trying to get up to second. As they're going through these turns, he sends it. There comes Sikkim on the outside as he's going to shoot into the pits.
And right now, Sikkim is going to stay out. I think it's Bean that pretty much came down to the pits. Really an early call for Bean, but nevertheless, though, is that you have all three GMS trucks between Speed, Sikkim, and now Shake and Bake. Shake and Bake finally back inside the top 3. We saw him get a chance to lead a couple of laps back in stage 1. I think even our stage 1 winner, but now he knows what he has to do as far as get a chance to win here. And even if it means get a chance to battle out with a teammate. But so far, these GMS trucks have been having themselves a great, solid run here tonight.
Remember that strategy that was played in stage 1, guys. That is going to be exactly what happens here. It's the exact same length. The RFK trucks came down a lap earlier. They got very close. I think I remember them running out. I don't remember. I remember stage 2, but stage 1 is a little foggy. But the GMS trucks, they're staying out. They're going to go for that extra lap, and they're going to try to ensure that they are good on fuel right now. That was the winning strategy in stage 1.
Yeah, and there goes Sikkim as he overshoots the turn right there. Shake this, still couldn't get past him. Here comes Speed. Here comes GMS. I want to know how they're talking inside that voice chat, because everybody's coming in, but there's a lot of talking in between who's gonna do what in this exact stage.
I think this is definitely the moment where you can't make any scripts, you can't make any mistakes, and that's something I think we're all gonna have to keep an eye on. I mean, and yes, even though Captain Dead Dad is in the lead, I think right now the question is which one's coming out first. Whoever comes out first will potentially get a chance to win the race, and that will be Speed Racer. Speed Racer comes out first. As soon as I get to Speed Racer at the moment. And something happened. Never mind. Jason Cole is stuck in the pits. I keep forgetting about that glitch. As we do see Speed Racer coming out there. They're on their way there, Jim.
Sikkim sped. And he is going to be held for that extra 16 seconds. Another costly mistake for the driver of the 23. And this one's probably going to cost him a win unless he can get a caution. But going back to the lead, yep, Speed Racer, nice lead over his teammate. And Bean, he is about, looks like 1.5 to 2 seconds ahead of him. Right now, you got to wonder, it's a strategy game right now. Without a caution, the RFK trucks need to save. The GMS trucks, not as much, but I'm sure they're still thinking about it in case there's green-white checkers or whatnot. They'll also be thinking about it. The battle for second is on, though.
Here we go. We got Shake on that outside, having a clean run. Bean not. If I was Bean, I wouldn't give that man any space. Forget him. He ain't a part of he's not my teammate. But right now doing a great job keeping it clean. I know Joker's pretty happy. Him and Riley are pretty happy. But Bean has been able to drive up to the front. Let's see what he can do here versus Speed.
I mean, we'll definitely have to see, but I mean, the battle for second is definitely getting very heated between both Bean and Shake. Not to mention, look at the 13. The 13 is slowly creeping in on this, and whatever happens between these two, you best believe that the 13 is going to be taking advantage of it. As right now, Bean is still up in front of Shake and Bake, but you got to give credit where credit's due as far as Shake. He's been having such a great run here tonight.
For now, I'm wondering if Shake is trying to run the 87 out of fuel, stay behind him, put the pressure on him, make him work his stuff a little harder as they go side by side through possibly the worst part of the racetrack, able to keep it off of one another. That is beautiful racing right there. That is respectful racing. That's simply awesome. And Sauce is watching it right here. In his words, he'd call that a spectacle. He is going to try to stay in that tow and maybe take 2 for 1 here, Electric.
Yes, as GTR, he's also another truck I expect to hopefully be able to get up to this front. Even though he's in fourth place, that's great and all. But people want more. Nate the Best is also right behind him. We expect a lot from him. Let's see who can chase down Speed.
I mean, really, truly, I think Speed at the moment with his, race with his length that he has ahead of the field, he is pretty much pulling away. He is just pretty much seeing all of his Canadian family around here because he's having himself a really great run. I really think that Speed is doing himself a great job tonight. I mean, we've not seen much of Speed. We've seen a lot of controversy out of this man, but overall, he's shown everybody that he's still got it.
It doesn't matter where you are in stage 1 or stage 2, but if you are there at the end, that's what matters. Brody showed that in the Xfinity Series, ended up finishing in the top 5 after not even really starting the race. He was like 30 seconds penalized because he wasn't even at his controller or wheel. He was that far back, and Speed kind of adopting that same thing. He did qualify a little bit better, but he's made his way after a couple of mistakes himself in stage 1. He's made his way back to the lead.
Yeah, great job by Speed. He been doing great ever since stage 2. We seen he can shoot himself right back up to the first place position. First it was top 5, now he's in first. As Bean overshoots the turn. Here comes the 13 and the 15. They both pass him cleanly.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, Nate the Best and Long Live, I mean, they've both been having themselves
That was 2 to go, by the way. Sorry.
So this is 2 to go at the moment?
Yes, 2 to go right now.
2 to go right now, and yet, you got to be thinking about this. So these two, both the 13 and the 15, have been showing some tremendous battles, and they've definitely been having such a great run. As Shake and Bake's going to be in second. This is now a 3-way battle for third.
Shake ain't going to make it easy on his teammate. He knows that he, as a Truck Series driver, this win would statistically mean more for Shake and Bake, but on terms of pride and wanting to win at your home track, I guarantee no one is more motivated than the driver inside that 26 truck right now. Speed is trying to run away, but Shake is not going to let it happen. He is about 7 to 8 tenths behind him.
It's still 2 to go when we come around or not?
Yes,
no.
2 to go, and there'll be 1 to go when we hit the line.
Okay, here we go. We also got a lot of things coming. Here we go. We got Speed still hanging on to that lead, but Shake is saying, I'm going to click this into another gear right now. He's hawking him down right now.
And right now, if I was Speed Racer, grab that mirror and toss it out of your way, because right now you got to be able to hit your marks. This is a very crucial moment for Speed. We're seeing how fast Shake and Bake can be able to make it here, but I think the big question is does Shake and Bake have enough time to be able to catch up to his teammate to be able to win this race?
No mistakes here for either driver, especially Speed Racer. Right now, just stay smooth on the controller. Don't freak out. Hit the triangle button. Turn off your rear view mirror. It is time to focus up and just hit your marks. Right now, even if you make one mistake, as long as you don't hit the wall or spin out, you are going to win this race, it seems like. He's going to get the nice drive off of Moss Corner for the final time here at Canadian Tire. He is going to power down this straightaway, and he's going to keep that gap about even with Shake and Bake from the last lap. Speed doing exactly what he needs to do.
Yep, here we go, coming through the final turns. after Speed having a hard time earlier today, we ain't gonna give him no stress today. As we coming down to the last 2 turns, Shake fighting. Stanley cannot come up in first. Here comes Speed around for his hometown track. He is the winner here at Chevrolet Silverado 250.
Congratulations to Speed Racer because Speed has won Canadian Tire. What a win.
Finally.
Finally. What a win this was for Speed. Congrats to Speed. Yet, I think, really, we all ask, can a Canadian finish up in the top 5? But how about a Canadian that gets just to win this race? Congratulations to Speed. What a battle that was. You gotta give props where props is due. Man, this was a crazy race. And I think
Definitely do. And your top 10, sorry to cut you off there, Jake's top 10 is Speed being your winner. Shake and Bake Stage 1 winner is second. GTR LL the Sauce third. Eric's Moose, nice run for him. He'll finish fourth. Logan Aim fifth. Nate 125, the best Stage 2 winner, finishes sixth. Terrell the Phantom seventh. Bean, tough break for him. He'll finish eighth. Ghost Killer in his reappearance in the Truck Series ninth. And Dank will end up rounding out your top 10.
yeah, and real quick though, I mean, there's a lot of tension going on because Sickham's definitely expressed in his display. But is there any way we can be able to get Speed Racer, Shake, and of course, I think who was it? Nate in the in there, or who finished third?
Yeah. Third was Sauce, actually.
Sauce. So let's go ahead and get Sauce in here.
What a race. For the most part, clean. I mean, you had beating and banging, but you didn't have people, actively trying to kill each other.
I mean, that is I definitely agree to say the least. That was just simply chaos at its best, and we've only seen like one caution out of the entire time.
Can't add one player. That's no good. Who can I add?
Sauce. I bet you it has to be Sauce. I bet you.
It is not Sauce.
I think Electric already added both because I've seen him added two people.
Fastest lap went to Sickham. You knew that thing was flying. You could tell by how fast it was. 1:18.828. Unfortunate ending for him.
As we now get a chance to join by our second place finisher, pretty much the first one to get a chance to join, but we'll go ahead and talk to him anyways. Mr. Shake and Bake. How are you doing, my guy?
Could be better.
I mean, you pretty much had an up and down race. You won stage 1. Something happened to you at stage 2, and then of course, you had so much battling going on in stage 3 to be able to try to catch up with Speed. Take us through the final laps. I mean, I know you had to have a fast truck to be able to catch him, right?
I mean, the whole thing was just saving. I don't know. It was a dumb race from start to finish. Yeah, I won stage 1, and then saved in stage 2, the Mickey manual, and then saved in stage 3. But I mean, that was faster than the whole field. I mean, wasn't no question whenever we were pushing, but it's whatever. I mean, people complain about 100% races, but then they're gonna complain about having to save fuel. So you win, you lose some. So it's whatever.
I mean, but if you had to say something to the admins about the whole saving thing, what exactly would you be wanting to tell them as far as this whole situation?
Make it 100%, 2x wear like they did in season 3 and season 4, and the people who complain can grow a pair, and maybe look at how long cup races are, because that's a 43-minute race. A cup race is double that. So I don't understand what they're complaining about, but that's whatever.
All right, very well said. And of course, do we have GTR? You got a copy there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have your voice shared in the party and all that stuff?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah, double check to see some way that everybody can get a chance
Yep.
to hear you. All right, awesome. So, you pretty much got a chance to finish third. I mean, you had a crazy battle with Nate the Best. Take us through what you saw within those battles, and of course, how it led to you get a chance to come home with a top 3 finish.
Well, just trying to, like Shake said, manage the fuel, manage the gap where I was, try to run my race, try to have a little bit of fun out there. I'm all for saving if we have to. I don't really care either way, but I wish we could have got some more, maybe, just all out laps out there. But I think the 15 ran out of fuel there at the end. I'm not sure, but I was expecting someone to. So, top 3 at the road course. That's good considering I missed the race and got some work to do in the point standing. So I'll take it.
Very well said. Very well said. And of course, I gotta get a chance to save this guy for the best for last. Is Speed Racer here?
Yes, I am.
Speed. First of all, I want to say congratulations on the win. First of all, how are you feeling?
I don't know. Um, I I hate it because it was a saving race, which I don't love winning, and I also took a win for my teammate who was running full time. That's not what that was about. That was simply just trying to maintain a T-points lead, which I think me and Shake did, and unfortunately Sikkim got really banged up in the back.
And Dank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Sauce didn't have any time, but when it comes to the final laps, I mean, you pretty much was leading the entire time. Did you see Shake in your mirror, and you knew that you had to be able to hit your marks?
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if this is common knowledge or not, but Shake is on a wheel and has a clutch, as far as I'm aware, and I have a controller. So when it's a saving race, there's certain parts of the track where he's going to run faster with the clutch, and there's certain things I'm somehow miraculously was doing faster than Shake. So in the corners,
Yeah.
I knew Shake was faster. I had to hit my marks, and I guess I just had to race as myself on the other parts of the track, and luckily I did it.
Very well said. Well, hey, I'm going to head on over to Big Jim. Big Jim, you have any questions for both Shake and Speed?
Yeah, I'll start with our race winner, Speed. I think you're leaving out a really, really big piece of information tonight, and that's that was your home track that you just won at. You just won. You protected home turf. How does that feel? I mean, it's got to feel good.
I mean, it does feel good, but with where I'm at, I'm so close to MIS. I'm in a very weird pickle as like I am Canadian, but like Canadian Tire Motorsports Park is like 7 hours away, and MIS is like 3, depending on how hard it is to get in America. So like, I guess if you go by country, technically, yes, I wanted my home track, but physically, I feel like my home track is Michigan, which I did last season, to be fair. So regardless of what you consider my home track, I've done that now, which is nice.
There you go. You're holding down home turf both ways, so north and south of the border.
And of course, we gotta bring it to the man that we know very well. I know he's got some things he wants to say. Electric, you have any questions for both Shake or Speed tonight?
Well, Shake, um, how did your truck feel overall in the race? And how did you feel about Sikkim the whole race?
Yeah, my truck was lights out. Like I said, it was definitely the fastest out of the whole field, but with the fuel, I don't know what the hell was going on. But yeah, it was Sikkim did a great job. I gotta get props to him. I mean, coming from a wheel that broke to controller, and from running 120s down to 118s on a controller. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So yeah, I gotta give props to him. And he didn't have the greatest race. That mid the backpack. I mean, I wasn't ever in it, but I was getting close. It's a fight for every spot. So you got a couple driving warnings. But yeah, he did a good job. I thought. Not the result he wanted, but yeah.
Very well
Understand.
said.
Speed, how you feel I know you said you feel horrible because you took a win away from your teammates, but did you think about the brighter side, knowing that now you have a win in trucks, but also have to focus on a race tomorrow at Darlington for Xfinity? Speed.
Speed,
He
speed.
fell asleep.
He's out.
He realized how boring these truck races are.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, I think that we'll have to do it, especially since Speed's going to celebrate. But hey, we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week whenever the truck series will be heading to. I believe they're heading to good old. I gotta pull
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Ooh, this is gonna be a great one. Talk about a tire saving track, that's for sure. But we definitely wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you next week. All right. Well, hey, that was that was a very chaotic race. I'm gonna ask you this. As far as tonight, what did you think about this race, and do you think there was any changes when it comes to the saving type of race like this?
You asking
Um,
me?
I'm asking the electric. I'm not sure
Oh,
electric.
I was confused as that we were still in the air, but um, I mean, it brings out a lot of people that it brings out more people that save fuel. I feel like, or that just know how to save fuel, or it don't bring out a lot of. It brings out skill, but just more saving fuel than skill. So if you know how to save fuel pretty well, then I feel like you're set in that race. But if you don't, then basically the race is over for you, is unless a caution or something happens. So yeah, everybody's still on the fence about that. I mean, it's up in the air if you can say somebody could be better because of them saving fuel.
Very well said. Of course, last but not least, Jim, do you have any final thoughts on what we saw here tonight?
Yeah, it was solid racing. I thought I hate to hear that more than three-quarters of it was saving fuel, but sometimes that's just how it works. The admin panel will definitely have a conversation about these lengths and figuring out if this is how we want to go about it. But I think maybe a quick fix would just be popping it from 3x wear to 2x wear, or maybe 1x wear, and we just eliminate pit stops altogether. But it is not fun for those guys on controller. They cannot. And I know Speed is the exception here. He's the one who won the race. But when you're on a controller, you're virtually at a disadvantage because of the clutching aspect and the neutral aspect of a shifter, a wheel and shifter. So hate that for everybody in the field. But we saw some great racing tonight, and we'll pack it up and get ready for next week.
Very well said. But hey, we definitely do appreciate you for tuning in tonight because it's been a very crazy, it's been a very wild race. But hey, I definitely want to send a shout out to both Big Jim and Electric for the crazy race that was. It was very, very awesome. It was very, very incredible to say the least. But hey, we're not done yet because tomorrow I think the Xfinity Series is going to be heading to good old Darlington. And I believe the Cup Series, I'm trying to see where the Cup Series are going to be headed to tomorrow. They're going to be
Road
headed to
America.
Road America. So that is going to be very exciting. And I think this is going to be a very great night. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. For all of us here at Hennessy Performance League, I am the Fighting Now, aka Jake, saying so long. And for the Truck Series, we'll see you guys in Atlanta next week.